a beautiful day for Frankenberry, the world's super sweet new cereal.
How chocolate.
Bickle, I've got berry-flavored sweeties for
It helps to eat the right kind of food, like a post-great nuts breakfast.
They're edible. I look for natural ingredients. This is a wholesome cereal made from wheat and barley.
Big surprise!
And you have the surprise for me?
Yes, sir. It's a new breakfast cereal.
We've all heard breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But what if I told you that this is not a timeless wisdom, but just marketing?
What?
A story crafted to sell you bacons, eggs, milk, and cereal. All to rewire our minds to buy them and eat it for breakfast. From Freud's nephew, using psychology to push pork and eggs, to religious zealots who believe they can purify your souls. This is the story of how big breakfast hijacked our brains. The year was 1920s. The beech nut packing company had a big problem. Too much bacon, not enough demand. Enter Edward Bernays, the father of public relations and Freud's nephew. And he asked the question, what if eating too much bacon isn't for indulgence, but for good health? So he convinced a respected physician to send a letter to 5,000 doctors, asking if a hearty breakfast was better than a light one. Naturally, most agreed. The result, explosive headlines. 4,500 doctors recommend a big breakfast. And in every story, bacon and eggs. Almost overnight, Americans abandoned toast and coffee for sizzling pans of pork and eggs. Bacon sales skyrocket. This wasn't advertising. This was social engineering disguised as science. Meanwhile, in Battle Creek, Michigan, another revolution was cooking.
Give your family a good start to the day.
Dr. John Harvey Kellogg, a devout Seventh-day Adventist, believed bland food kept people pure, while rich, spicy meals fueled immorality. You got that right. He thought bacon was evil. In his sanitarium, he experimented with foods, and alongside his brother, Will Keith Kellogg, they accidentally invented flaked cereal. But while John saw cereal as a moral tool, W.K. Kellogg saw a billion-dollar opportunity. By 1906, W.K. Kellogg launched his company, embracing marketing, convenience, and eventually sugar. Soon, cereal wasn't just food, it was a modern lifestyle, quick, easy, and nutritious.
They're more than good, they're great.
Then came the phrase, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Not a medical advice, but a tagline. Competitors like CW Post piled in, and together they turned cereal into a multi-billion-dollar industry. By mid-century, Bernays bacon and Kellogg's Cornflakes reshaped the Western culture. Breakfast became patriotic. Schools poured milk and cereal. Kids woke up to Tony the Tiger and Toucan Sam. Bacon and eggs became a symbol of strength, family, and wholesomeness. But modern science, it doesn't fully agree. Some study shows breakfast actually helps concentration and metabolism. Others say skipping it makes no difference. One thing's for sure, breakfast wasn't born from health advice. It was manufactured by marketers who has products to sell.
Are you tired of feeling powerless in your own home?
It's not just about breakfast anymore. Even our drinks, our favorite breakfast drink, coffee. And it's not just America anymore. They also did it in Japan.
Did you know the world's biggest Starbucks is in Tokyo? But it all started with Nescafe secretly marketing to kids. In the 70s, Japan was a tea nation. Coffee had no cultural roots, so Nescafe brought in a French psychoanalyst, Clotaire Rapaille, who had a bold idea: don't sell coffee to adults, start with children. They launched coffee-flavored candies, sweets, and even sleep coffee into cartoons and TV shows. Slowly, kids grew up with coffee as a normal part of their lives. Fast forward, Japan is now one of the most top coffee consumers in the world and home of the largest Starbucks on earth, right in Tokyo. Smart marketing or corporate brainwashing 101?
Got milk?
And just as you thought, breakfast brainwashing was slowing down. Here comes the most iconic campaigns of the 90s. Got milk?
And that was the Vienna Wood Dancing D, one of my all-time favorites. And now let's make that random call with today's $10,000 question. It's a tough one. Who shot Alexander Hamilton in that famous duel? All right, let's go to the phones and see who's out there.
Hello?
Hello, for $10,000, who shot... Excuse me?
Hold on, let me get some milk. No!
I'm afraid your time is almost up. I'm sorry, maybe next time.
Got milk?
Launched in 1993 by the California Milk Processor Board, the campaign didn't tell you milk was healthy. It didn't brag about calcium, strong bones, or nutrition. Instead, it used the fear of absence. No more milk. Got milk?
Tom, can I make a suggestion?
You're fired!
Welcome to eternity.
Flowers grow low, then they die. Rivers flow low, then run dry.
Heaven!
But a kiss is a kiss for all time.
Wait a minute. Where am I?
Got milk?
The ad shows people in agonizing situations desperately in need of milk. A mouth full of peanut butter. A plate full of cookies. A cereal bowl gone dry. The message was simple. Milk wasn't just something you need to buy. Milk is something you need to keep stock at all times. That sense of urgency made milk a necessity in the American household. Not because of what it gave you, but because what you'd missed without it. It was genius, and milk sales surged.
Borrow authority. 2.
Create a villain.
3. Redefine normal. 4. Attach emotion. 5.
Repeat until cultural law.
Now let's talk about the breakfast playbook. Bernays leaned on doctors. Cereals used nutritionists. A light breakfast was unhealthy. Tea was old-fashioned. And milk, without it, a crisis. Bacon and eggs became traditional. Cereal became a convenience. Coffee became essential. Breakfast meant family, strength, and even morality. Repetition turned ads into truths, and habits turned into million-dollar markets. This wasn't just advertising. This is marketing brainwashing 101. Entire cultures reshaped with one breakfast at a time. So next time you hear the breakfast is the most important meal of the day, remember where that phrase came from. Not from ancient wisdom, not from nutritionists, but from PR masterminds and food companies who wanted your money. It's not that breakfast is bad. It's that the version of breakfast we grew up believing it was manufactured. So was it smart marketing or corporate brainwashing? I'll let you decide. Thanks for watching.